Rita Ushe, popularly known as Raye, who made headlines after criticizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration over economic hardship, is reportedly being punished by the National Youth Service Corps. A video featuring Raye went viral on social media after she called Tinubu a terrible president and subsequently promoted a 30-day challenge among young people to voice their complaints about the high cost of living in Nigeria. The National Youth Service Corps reportedly extended Raye's service year by 2 months as punishment for the viral video. Raye had only 1 month left of her mandatory national service before the extension. The development has been condemned by a cross-section of Nigerians. Let me take Omoyele Showere's tweet. He wrote, "This Tinubu regime might go down with Rita Raye's National Youth Service Corps matter. This is not acceptable. We will mobilize down to the passing out parade, except Rita is allowed to complete her NYSC national service without let or hindrance. #revolution now." Vimbai, this story was quite alarming and it's been trending, and we do need a response from NYSC as to why that happened. What is the reason why her service was extended by 2 months?
Absolutely, because at the time when the story came out and it gained traction, there were assurances that she wasn't going to be penalized or victimized or punished in any way for having said that statement. You remember we went through the code of conduct for NYSC. We unpacked it in so many different ways. And ultimately, what we all agreed was the fact that being a copper does not restrict your freedom of speech whatsoever. Yeah. Your right that is enshrined within the Constitution. Is calling a president a terrible president a derogatory thing? We agreed that it's not. And even the president has gone on to say that he is open to criticism, that he should allow criticism. But we made the same point here on this table that the president is saying this, but unfortunately the various sycophants in various places don't follow that same advice. They can't take it. They're unable to take it. And it's unfortunate because this is why there are several stains that are being brushed on various aspects of this administration, not necessarily because what the president is doing himself, but because you see what the governors are doing at state level. Now you see at NYSC level, this innocent girl who's being punished for this. What type of society are we breeding if we're now afraid of a young girl who's come online to express her opinion? It paints a very gloomy outlook on where we are, especially with the issue of freedom of speech. Absolutely. And you remember there was that diplomatic communique on Democracy Day, which also flagged the fact that they're concerned about the abuse of this freedom of speech, as well as they'd also highlighted the Cybercrime Act. So this is something that especially we in the media insist on continuing to highlight, because you allow one thing and it's a slippery slope before the scope increases, and before you know it, media houses will be censored and so forth. That's why it's important to nip it in the bud. I'm glad Showore is taking this up as a matter that he is concerned with, because it is absolutely unfair. So the NYSC should come out clearly and explain why her service is being extended. We wait for that communication.
Well said, Vimbai. Well said.